Wow, we've made it all the way to Pawnee, Indiana. Look at this. This is where Ron Swanson and Leslie Knope work.
Oh, wow, Pawnee.
Hey, wait a minute.
Pawnee, Indiana is fictional.
Oh, that's right.
This isn't Pawnee, Indiana. We're back.
In Pasadena, California.
Pasadena, one of the most beautiful cities in Southern California, home of the famous and beautiful City Hall,
Route 66, many fine mansions,
the Rose Parade, and
the Rose Bowl.
which is where we've been heading today.
Because every second Sunday of the month, this place gets transformed into the Pasadena old-time Flea Market.
This place is ginormous, full of used stuff, new stuff, old stuff.
Everything your mind can imagine, and hopefully
Everything your heart desires.
this is the only place I know of you can see an old skeleton, some vintage trains, and a pile of knives and hatchets.
All together, and that's just at one booth.
It has actually been several years since I came down here.
And I have literally meant to come down here every month for all of those several years.
But since it only happens on the second Sunday of every month, I always get confused. Not only do I get confused when the second Sunday is,
But if I'm being honest, most of the time I don't even know that it's Sunday. Ugh.
wow, look at this mid-century modern stuff. Normally it's so hard to find, but here there's truckloads of it.
Oh yes, many fine antiques out here. Look at this. It's the Holy Grail, and it's only $10. We could live forever.
Uh-oh, Allie sees a coat. Whoa, holy cow, look at this. A whole box of Geiger counters.
Are you telling me this sucker is nuclear?
See, where the heck are you gonna find those? Oh, look at this custom wood furniture. We've been thinking about getting a new coffee table lately. These look perfect.
These ones are all handmade by this guy.
Wouldn't it be great to know the name of the guy who made your coffee table? That would be so weird. Wow, look at that cran right there. We could turn this into a coffee table.
For once, I actually got here super early in the morning, so everything's really quiet. Everyone's really calm. This is weird.
Look at this lifetime supply of matches.
Just resist the urge to play with them.
Oh man, there's so much cool stuff.
Oh, look at that. You can get the kids interested in farming.
Man, I was thinking about picking up one of these.
But even for me, that would be a stretch. Get it?
Oh, hey, check this out. If I was filming these videos 50 years ago, that's the Canon I would have been using. This place is amazing. It's like every antique store I've ever been in combined.
It's so overstimulating. You almost have to have a plan when you come in here.
Because there's so much good stuff. It's just overwhelming.
It's a good thing I don't have a lot of money, because if you had a lot of money,
I can easily see how you would leave here with all kinds of stuff.
cool stuff, mind you.
And then get home and go, I have nowhere to put this stuff.
Some of this stuff really rings a bell.
The older I get, the more stuff from my childhood starts to appear with the antiques.
Hey, look at this, look at this. Elliot. Good.
Now, after staring at plain white walls for 2 years in our living room, Allie and I have finally decided on a theme. So we actually do have kind of a mission today.
Now, I wish we could say our theme was all fancy, mid-century, and modern.
Maybe someday if we ever buy a house.
We're not looking to buy all new furniture today.
Well, Allie might be, but I'm not.
Instead, we've decided to build around our existing furniture.
And do kind of a foresty national park type theme.
It's just one of the things we both like, the forest.
We've been slowly transforming the living room a bit at a time.
With mostly vintage stuff.
So we're hoping to find a few things today that fit in. Oh, look at this. This old school lamp here would be perfect. But it used to be owned by a wiener.
I don't know if I want to buy a wiener lamp.
Oh man, you could decorate several houses with this stuff.
Look, they even have stuff to do your bathroom with.
I could finally take a bath. Now, on top of all the antiques here, they also have a lot of art. See here? So much art. Ooh, they should call that piece the migraine.
I don't think this is our kind of art. Keep going, keep going.
Man, we have barely started, and I am already so overstimulated.
Oh, hey, Allie, do you think I would look sexy in a jumpsuit? Yeah. Like if I just wore only this for the rest of my life?
Could work. It could work. Ooh, this would look pretty good in our living room. Look, Allie, a forest zombie. Just like in Yosemite. You're not interested in that? You don't Oh, okay. I guess I'll keep looking then.
That's more like something you'd see in Tyler's house.
Oh my gosh, a love potion. Wait a minute, love potion number 8. I was looking for love potion number 9. Oh my gosh, I don't know much about art, but this painting right here is everything. If I could afford it, this would be going up in the living room. Can I please buy that and put that on the ceiling above our bed so that every night when I go to sleep, that is what I see.
That's what you want to look at?
I mean, a little. Now, check this out. You can even get succulents and cactus out here. See, just a little bit of everything. Oh man, look at this. It's the 90s. Oh man. Oh, this one goes with our theme. Allie has started to go silent with overstimulation. I keep saying like, oh Allie, look at this. And just silence. If you've been watching my videos long enough, you've heard me refer to something called the flea market brain. I actually came up with that saying because of this place. Each booth has so much different unique stuff, you have to look at each one so carefully. But even someone like me with a ton of energy and enthusiasm gets very quickly overstimulated. You have to look really close not to miss anything awesome, because each booth is completely unique. And there are dozens of booths per row. And there's row after row after row. So far we've been in the grade A fancy section. The section that has some of your big ticket items, big furniture, nice fancy antiques. The section I usually could never afford anything in. It's been a few years, but if it's still the way I remember, if you cross this bridge, you get to the more affordable area. Basically, the farther away you get from the Rose Bowl itself, the further the prices drop. Let's see if we can find some bargains. Oh yeah, things are getting weirder already. Oh yeah, look at this. Everything's a little more scattered. Everyone's a little more relaxed over here. And the stuff keeps getting cooler. One thing I did not think about though is that this whole area has a lot more clothes in it. I mean a ton of vintage clothing. And look, it's already happening. Oh no, I'm going to be a much poorer man by the end of the day. See, I like this section though, because look at the piles. Just piles. These are my people. Pile shopping people. No, but seriously, things have changed a little bit. There's a ton of clothes over here. Oh, look at that. Disneyland 40th anniversary. I was there. Ooh, careful, don't stand too close. PETA might throw fake blood over here. I actually worked this flea market one time. Years ago, I used to work in like a picture framing factory, I guess you could say. Well, more of a shop. We manufactured big mirrors, large picture frames, and we framed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of prints. The problem was that our boss was kind of a hoarder. No, okay, he wasn't kind of a hoarder. He was a super hoarder. So not only was our whole shop full of stuff he bought at estate sales, but he also started like hoarding the product. Till eventually we just had hundreds and hundreds of frames. Mirrors, prints, posters, all kinds of stuff. Just piled up in the shop going nowhere. So I came up with the bright idea of selling it here, and we sold a ton of stuff. I mean, probably $10,000 or $20,000 worth of products sold that day. And you know what I got paid? $100. 20 of it was a bonus, Allie, so I made out that day. $100, and my boss complained when he got back to the shop, like, oh, well, now we don't have any frames. Ain't it always the way? Oh, look. It's my old nemesis. Look at his evil little face. And look at this. He wants us to buy him a tuxedo, too. I actually liked you in the cartoon. But man, that creepy, evil, robotic face. Ugh. I'd rather put this Santa Claus art in my house. Oh, no, this booth is just bad. Get it? Wow, look at all of this stuff over here. Ooh. Check out all the Smokey Bears. Oh wow, I haven't seen one of those forever. They used to be everywhere. They were the prize at every carnival ever. Oh, here's the party down here, and look, finally some stuff I can afford. Wow, just think of the fashion opportunities. Everyone's excited. Look, this guy was so excited about the bargains, he hopped off a train. A lot of passengers are gonna be late today. All right, well, Allie got a skirt over here, so she's satisfied, but I'm crossing this bridge before she buys herself any more clothes. It's not even noon yet, but I'm already starting to fade. Allie's in line to get some food over here. I doubt there's much here for me in the way of food, but there is a guy in a kilt playing an electric cello over here. And come on, who doesn't find that refreshing? Ah! Oh, we gotta run for it, guys. He's putting me in some kind of trance.
Oh, I need some caffeine.
I'm still mostly keeping soda out of my life, so I need some caffeine. I'll pop in some Crystal Light or maybe some Mio into here.
Check it out, caffeinated flavored water. No sugar. Pretty cool.
How's your bowl?
Good.
This guy is now playing something so close to the Game of Thrones theme song.
See, he knows how to pump me back up. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right, let's see what's going on.
Still haven't found anything for the house yet.
But that was always going to be a gamble. These are pretty cool tables, though.
I like this sign here.
Make it go away.
That's what I call a motivated seller.
What in the world is this? 40 carats?
Never heard of that.
This I've heard of, though. Look at that.
Not sure Allie wants a giant picture of Clint Eastwood in the house. Then again, he is handsome.
Ah, look at this. Hiding down here, lots of wood crates.
We actually got some of these for the house. We got a crate guy now.
Actually, you know what? We weren't going to show you guys.
Because it's still very much a work in progress.
But after this, maybe we'll show you guys what we've been working on.
Oh,
I just found something sweet.
Look at this. It's the old school water bags.
Back in the day, this is how you brought extra water across the desert or up in the mountains for your Model T.
Or your camping trip, or, you know, just in case you got thirsty.
These are usually pretty darn expensive when you can find them, but we got a heck of a bargain. Okay, put that away before somebody sees it.
Oh, look at all the Star Wars. Someday I hope to find a rare Princess Amidala toy.
See, really, in 2019, we have got to get ourselves up to the redwoods.
I had a lot of Northern California, Pacific Northwest related plans for last year.
But the old custody case got in the way.
Nothing's gonna stop me in 2019, though. I am going to the forest.
Ah, look here, a book about the Confederacy.
Yeah, like each little box has so many interesting things. Ooh, look at this. Gypsy cream. That is not politically correct.
Okay, we walked halfway back across the universe because we both really liked this red lantern here. We just had to have it.
Useful in case the power goes out, too.
All right, it's starting to get slightly more crowded out here.
So we're gonna try to wrap things up, but what I tell you, right? Good, right? See? Flea market, yes.
We have got to try to come out here next month, too. I want to just keep looking around, but it is just for real
impossible to see it all.
There's just too much cool stuff. Hey, look at this. Finally, an Eiffel Tower that's about 1 alley tall. Perfect. All right, I think we've wandered down every aisle now.
There's still definitely a lot more we didn't see, but our brains are full. Our wallets are now empty.
I think that's as much flea market as I can handle for today. Time to roll on out.
All right, time to head home, but of course I can't go straight there.
Not without making a little stop.
Ah, the Gamble House.
One of the most beautiful homes ever to be constructed.
Designed by the famous team of Green and Green.
It's an architectural wonder, but of course, probably better known as Dr. Emmett Brown's house.
From Back to the Future. And of course I have to stop every time and take a look.
And now that I've done it,
I can travel home at approximately 88 miles per hour!
Okay, just got home.
Actually, no, I'm lying. Since the flea market and now, it's actually been multiple days during which I was struck down by the flu.
I'm guessing the flu, some sort of illness that's kept me down for days. But here we are,
back in the comforts of home and in between being completely sick.
We've been putting our flea market finds to good use.
So here it is. For those of you familiar with the way this room looked before, you will notice quite a change.
The biggest, most noticeable change, of course, is that we painted this whole wall green over here, a very foresty, ferny sort of green.
And also painted this beam up here brown.
I'm assuming back in the day it was wood colored, but it's been painted over by successive apartment dwellers in the decades since.
You'll have to just sort of ignore this painting paper over here. I just put that up to sort of separate the room we're talking about from the rooms that we haven't got to yet.
Above the TV cabinet here, we kept this garland from Christmas. We're probably gonna throw away some of the berries attached to it there.
The berries still sort of say Christmas. We want more florestiness.
And speaking of leftover decorations from Christmas, over here in this crack where there was nothing the whole time we lived here, we have kept the Christmas tree. And look at this. Here are some of my antique store finds. There's the desert water bag. Here we have a canteen and an old camping kit, around an old camp shovel, a wooden crate with a national park poster inside, a souvenir from our friend Steph's wedding. You guys know what this is, right? And then up above all that, this cool picture of an old-timey gas station in front of Yosemite Falls. That's pretty awesome. One of Allie's cool finds at a local antique store a while back was actually this paddle. Well, it's either a paddle or... Huh? So a nice canoe paddle over the window. Here we have a tree that we stole out of my mom's house. It was one of her Christmas decorations. A little Native American rug there for the table. Then this tree came from Allie's bedroom. It's hiding the internet router thing there. So getting all kinds of foresty theme. And with the forest theme, I came up with my boldest idea of all. My forest information sign. Just a big piece of corkboard on sale and $8 worth of Home Depot wood and a lot of free labor from my dad. And we were able to construct the basics. Just took a little reassembly at home and a little dash of brown paint. Left over from the beam, of course. Then to top it off, I printed out some old vintage campground information signs like the snow campfires thing. Good old woodsy owl. Added a map, a calendar, a Smokey the Bear bumper sticker, and 3 key hooks. So we now have key hooks for our keys. Something we've been missing the entire time that we've lived here, which has been driving me crazy. Where's my keys? Where's my keys? Oh yeah, so eventually we'll get rid of these posters here. We already had to move them quite a bit to make room for this crate over here, where you see our Pasadena Flea Market find lantern over here, and then a framed picture of an old forestry cabin, all mounted on this old fruit crate from the local area. There's another old crate, which is going to be a planter I'm going to hang over there, above the Back to the Future poster right there, right up there. Scented pine cones. But like I say, these big posters here will eventually make room for something else. Maybe some national park posters, something like that. We'll have some more pictures, and we'll get another crate to go here. Right now, though, we're just a little bit out of time. I forgot I also put some recycled barn wood along the top of the wall over here as well. I still have some left over, so I may actually sort of sheath these shelves in it eventually. Maybe, I don't know. We added some old antiques we had laying around, some foresty souvenirs, some pieces of wood that we had, some model railroading giant sequoias, which I got from the train shop in Utah, all stuff that we had laying around in different parts of the house. You know, some old antique tools that were laying around, an old wooden box London used to keep toys in, our Christmas train, the old Bigfoot we bought on the day we got engaged. Just all sort of using it to combine it into sort of a forest adventure theme, minus, of course, for the Jungle Cruise sign, which I grant you is not very foresty, but it's still cool, so we worked it in with a little, you know, safari hat over there. What's pretty cool about this is almost all of this was done with stuff that we already had laying around, or stuff we found really cheap, really good bargains because we just kept looking. The most expensive part of all this really was just the paint, which was like 40 bucks. Actually, there's only one thing in here that was actually expensive by accident. Can you guess what it was? Can you guess which new thing was expensive? I'll give you a hint. We were looking at it in the antique store in front of the old man who ran the booth, and he was so nice and so friendly. We agreed to buy it, and only then afterwards found out that he had dropped the price. But it was still quite a high price for this airplane over here that Allie really wanted for some reason. It's a nice airplane, a nice piece of folk art. But this here was actually the most expensive thing in the whole room. Not triple digits or anything, just it was more expensive than any single other thing. Anyway, it's still very much a work in progress. We still have to figure out what we are going to replace those posters with. Still waiting to buy a couple more old crate shelves. A guy is working on a national park sign that will go right here on the wall for me. You know, like one of those cool arrowhead signs. I'm really excited about that. Hopefully that works out. But I have to give a shout out right now and let you know that this theme was inspired by my friend Brett Iwin, because we went to his house and it looked so cool. He had this whole old bungalow theme mixed with national park stuff for this party that we were at. And I thought, man, I go on so many adventures, but compared to this guy, my house is so boring looking. So because Allie and I both agree on the forest, like the forest, we finally found our theme. So this is all your fault, Brett. It's just a little bit of a work in progress. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but just from standing for the past 15 minutes just to show you this room, I am now pouring sweat again. I have lost a week of my life to laying here on this couch in the lovely new themed room, sweating out whatever the heck is wrong with me. Because I gotta get
on a plane next week sometime.
Even though I can't stand to be idle, everyone else I knew who got the beginning of this cold is already better but me, because I didn't hold still.
So I'm going to lay back down and continue to rest. But thanks for hanging out with us for that adventure that was actually a few days ago, and to check out our living room. And thanks for joining me and catching my germs. You've done your duty, and so have I. Time to go home and sleep well. See you next time. Bye-bye.
My toilet hanging a clock. Porcelain was wet. I slipped, hit my head, and when I awoke, I had a vision. A picture in my head.
A picture of this.
Now available at livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com. Oh yeah. The Rose Bowl.
And that's where we're going today.
Oh my gosh. Bono can sell here.
Yes, sir. It's very plain to see.
This place is truly thrilling.
All I can say is this flea market rocks. This guy gets the joke. He knows.
Dog in a stroller, rolling along. Dog in a stroller, now he's a song. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, Flash Sitar's gonna make us feel good.